Hey guys, how are you? Happy Sunday. I am back at it in the kitchen again. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday so far. I am cooking, you know what, again. Now, don't come for me in the comments, guys, because you know seafood is my favorite anyway, but this is at the request um, of someone else who has a birthday today. So, as you can see, I have crab again. See that? I'm going to put them in the oven. Um, let's see. Here is my shrimp that I'm going to be sauteing today. See that? I like to try to get the bigger shrimp, so this size right here. The shrimp tends to shrink. So as you cook it. So anywho, I'm sauteing some broccoli right now. I'm going to probably do broccoli and cheese, baked potato, these are stuffed breadsticks I'm gonna have with it. And I'm gonna show you, everything that I'm doing in the kitchen. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today was beautiful here where I'm located. I hope you're having, great weather. This is my favorite time of the year. As I've told you before, spring and fall are my favorite. I absolutely love flowers. I have some fresh flowers here I want to show you guys. Let me take the rest of them out of this bag. I absolutely love fresh flowers. So I got these today as a gift. Let me just take these out of the bag. Give me just a second, guys. So just a little bit about what I did today. Like I said, I hope you did something fun today. I hope you got a chance to spend time with family, friends. I hope you made the most out of your day. Because guys, I don't know, like I've told you before in other videos, life is short. And it's too short to be in conflict with anybody. It's too short to not just savor every moment that we have left on this earth until the Lord, comes to get us, until we go home to be with Him. So it's just, it's too short to be in strife with anybody or to be in beef with anybody or anything like that. Like, really. So today we went to this outlet mall-like place where they have a bunch of outlet stores. So they have like Coach and Michael Kors and the Nike outlet and Adidas and Puma and all that stuff. So that's where we went today and just enjoyed being out and walking around. I got me a little bit of sushi earlier. It was okay. I've had much better. I'm glad I got a chance to taste it from this one place out there. Now I know that I don't want any more from that place. I've gone to a much better place. So, but it's good to try things from various places because you just never know how, something may be better or not better than someone else, than some other place that you've been to is what I'm trying to say. So we went to the outlet mall and went there for a little bit. I didn't get anything, we just walked around. And then we went to the movies. Went to the movies about 6 o'clock. Went to see The Accountant. Now, I had seen the first Accountant with Ben Affleck, but I didn't get a chance to. I've only seen it once, and I can't remember all of it. So here's the flowers. I need to do a better job of arranging it. But since I'm cooking right now, I'll arrange it later. But I love this pink one here. And I love these right here. They got a little bit of pink in there. They smell so good. I'm just gonna set it right here for right now. But anyway, let me saute this. Not saute, but turn this broccoli over. I'll put the food in there in the flowers in just a minute. Give me just a second. I'm gonna wash my hands again. So anyway, guys, I found this new blogger that I've been watching, and she has an RV, right? I think she has a smaller RV. She has a smaller RV. Let me wash my hands. She has a smaller RV, but she's trying to get a bigger one. And she's trying to start a GoFundMe page for the bigger one. And I think she's already put the GoFundMe up. Hold on a second. And she's a young girl, and she has a couple of kids, small kids. I think one is like 1 or 2, and then the other one is like 4. But anyway, I've been enjoying her vlogs. But people be coming for her in the comments. I'm just like, I don't know. You gotta prepare yourself for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this up a little too high. Because people be like, you know, because she's a full-time blogger and she doesn't work, I don't think, outside of YouTube. But she's put up a GoFundMe to have a bigger, to get a bigger RV. So she have more space for her and her kids. And, you know, the people were commenting on like, you know, you need to find a job. Why don't you have a job? Why aren't you in school? Just things like that. You know, don't you make money from YouTube? You know, why can't you? But then she also has like other like really supportive, she has other like really supportive people that really be like backing her up, and they're so sweet to her. Some of the other, you know, supportive people that she has in her life. So this is gonna be more like a roasted broccoli, because you know what I did? I've been over here doing other stuff and I browned it too much. So it's gonna have to be more roasted, so to speak, even though roasted should be in the oven. So anywho, I'm still gonna smother this in cheese. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on here. It's called Morton's Nature Seasonings. But I was saying that out to you to say, like, I had thought about starting a GoFundMe page before, but you know, I wanted you guys to see my entrepreneurship journey and see the background and backdrop for that. You know, I don't like, you know, asking for handouts unless it's absolutely necessary. It's just looking at the comments, like people have been saying such nice things to her, you know, that are in support of her. And a lot of people have bought her things from her Amazon wish list. But then there are other people on there that were saying like, you know, you're just asking people for handouts and you're asking them to buy you stuff, but you're not trying to find a job, and now you're trying to have them to buy you an RV, and you know, what are you doing to support yourself? And I was just like, wow. You know, so I was just thinking to myself, I want you to see my entrepreneurship journey, and I want you to see me go from, I don't want to say rags to riches, but I want you to see my success journey as I take this path and journey to entrepreneurship. I only share this story with you because I had previously thought about starting a GoFundMe page. I know I follow DoDash as well. Shout out to DoDash. And I love her channel. And I know she did a GoFundMe too a few years ago. And she got all of the money that she asked for. And it was to have weight loss, it was to have the surgery, the skin removal surgery. And she got all of that. And I was just wondering, like, how come some people's GoFundMes are successful and they raise the amount of money that they need, all that they ask for, and then other people, I've seen other people do GoFundMes and barely get anything. So I'm just like wondering, like, why is that, you know? And why is it that we can't be more supportive of each other? Because I've given to GoFundMes and I will continue to do so, because I just think that that's what Jesus would want. I think that, you know, that we're here to help one another if we can. If we see somebody in need, if we can help, then we should. That's just how I feel about it. And I believe, you know, in studying my word, that that's what the Lord would want as well. But anyway, I seasoned this with this nature seasoning. I have some butter melted over here. I'm going to add my shrimp after I season it. I'm going to also season the shrimp with this magic seasoning blend. I'm wondering how things are going to affect me. I'm going to be talking about a lot of different topics, guys. So I apologize if, you know, I'm skipping around a little bit. I will, you know, just talk about things as they come into my head and as I remember them. But I was talking to you about my entrepreneurship journey and how, you know, when I got laid off last year, I was laid off for several months, and it was such a hard time in my life. And I experienced, you know, facing homelessness. I experienced, you know, losing my car. I experienced so much, and I didn't have family that could help me. Mind you, I have a few friends, but at that particular time, you know, they had their own struggles, so I didn't have anyone that could help me, you know. But I really just know that I got closer to God during that time, because I saw how He opened doors for me and how He just made a way for me in the wilderness. Like, I've never had such a terrible experience finding a job as I did last year, as well as this year. I've been ghosted a lot. I've had interviews, And the interviews went really well. The feedback that I got was really well, but I still didn't get those job offers. And so the job market is still not good, guys. It's so competitive and so many people are looking for jobs. I've seen people in the comments that are saying that, on LinkedIn that they have master's degrees and stuff like that, but that they've still been having a hard time finding a job. And so I don't think it's a valid degree right now, excuse me. It's just so competitive, and I don't know what the selection process is like anymore, because I really had a good interview with 2 people at the beginning of April, and it went from showing, I kept checking my status, right? I asked really good questions at the end of the interview. They gave me good feedback and said it was a great interview, I did a great job. But, it went from showing under review to in process. And so once it started showing in process, I'm thinking I'm getting ready to go, be made an offer. So I reached out and asked my chat bot, like, when you go from under review to in process, does that not mean that you are getting ready to be made an offer? And it said yes. It means that you are, sounds like you're getting ready to be made an offer. Y'all, I waited for like 2 or 3 weeks. Mind you, this interview was like at the beginning of April. 2 or 3 weeks went by, it kept saying in process, and so I stopped looking because I didn't think that, I thought I was going to be made an offer. And y'all, I did not get that job. And it took like 3 weeks for them to respond and tell me that, although I looked impressive and this and that, they decided to hire somebody else. Now mind you, this was for an assistant supervisor position. And mind you, one of my most current, recent roles was as a supervisor. So I was like, so I didn't qualify for an assistant supervisor position, but I've got years of experience of supervisor experience. So yeah, it just kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth because I really wanted that job. It had good benefits. It was just good. It's just something that I really wanted. So I'm still in a space right now where I'm still looking. I've put in so many applications, guys, and I saved all of them. I saved all of the denials because I got that denial from that company about a week ago. And then a week before that, I had got 3 no's in 1 week. So I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but what I really, really want to be is an entrepreneur. What I really want to do is create generational wealth in my family. I've talked about this many times. But with all these tariffs, my business is going to be like an e-commerce, So with all of these tariffs, now I'm concerned about the slow process of getting my products, being able to, get everything in a timely manner and be able to get it out to my customers. I hope you guys will support me. I really would love your support. Would be like a dream come true for me. After years of being in the corporate world, guys, I really don't want to go back to a corporate job, but I know that I may have to temporarily, but I'm telling you that I want to see my businesses come to fruition. One of them is called In Honor of You. The other one is called Faith, Flavor, and Home. Like my channel, I'll be having products and things like that coincide with that. I don't want to go into too much detail because there are people out there that will totally take and steal your idea, guys. So I have to be careful until I get everything, until I get everything. I'm going to just pour this in here in butter while I'm talking to you guys. Until I get everything, not patent, licensed. Everything is licensed, but I forgot the other word I'm trying to think of. When I think of it, I'll bring it back up. But I just want it to where, nobody else can steal my idea. And it's called something, I just can't think of it right now because I have so many other things on my brain. When I think of it, I'll revisit it. So I'm going to saute this chip. I just don't want nobody coming back and stealing my ideas and things like that. Again, I am working with the 2 mentors that I told you guys about. But, I just feel like I'm in the process thinking about relocating. And with that relocating, it's like I'll have to go ahead and get those businesses licensed in whatever state I just choose to move to. And I'm like, it's feeling like I got to start all over again because It's going to require me to start all over again. I wish it would be like where you could just transfer stuff, but you can't. I've already checked and double checked. You can't transfer. You have to be licensed in that state. So it's like having to pay fees all over again that I just paid here, and having to, you know, guys, I like to clean as I go. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I clean up as I go, so I don't have a big cleanup at the end. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. Like, you know, I kind of just, I want to show you the backdrop of, you know, once I get my products, I got to get some test products first. I still have to meet with designers. I still have to meet with the embroidery place, but I got to get the product in first. So with all of the tariffs and everything that's happening, it's just, you know, it has me a little bit concerning about timelines and, you know, where I can get my products from and what pricing are they going to set because of the tariffs, you know, because they can charge more because of that. So those are some things that I'm kind of concerned about, but I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I can't give up. I want to see this come to life. I want to see it come from an idea in my head and an idea on paper to tangible, to, you know, to fruition. So I want to not just, I've been talking about this to you guys for about a year. But to be honest, I've been trying to do this for the past couple of years. So I want to see it come to life. So anywho, I want to go back to something that I was talking to you about earlier. I went to see the Accountant 2, and it was pretty good. Now I want to go back and watch the Accountant 1 because it's been a while since I watched it, and I don't remember everything in it. So now that I went to see the Accountant 2 today, and I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck's acting. I just love his acting. And so I still think he's the best Batman. Don't come for me. I know a lot of you guys think Michael Keaton is. Michael Keaton is too small. He was too small in stature. Like he didn't fit the bill of Bruce Wayne is a big, tall guy, you know, broad shoulders. Like to me, Michael Keaton's acting was on point. However, just the look of Bruce Wayne to he just didn't fit. And I think with Ben Affleck's excellent acting as well as his build and stature, that's my favorite Batman. Don't come for me in these comments, guys. It is what it is, and that's how I feel about it. Anywho, there was some slow moving parts in The Accountant, but when it picked up, it really picked up. There was some big action moves. I didn't like all the cursing. I don't like it when movies have all of the F-bombs and the MFs and all of that. Like, that is so unnecessary. I hate stupid dialogue. I really do. The other part of the movie was pretty good, minus some of the slow moving parts. But as far as the cursing and belligerence, I'm just like, can y'all just, you know, fill in with something else, come up with something better, you know, than all of that. So, anywho, I'm gonna put some cheese, some Parmesan cheese on this broccoli. I've already seasoned it. So I'm gonna do Parmesan on here. I may put a little bit of cheddar cheese on there as well. I'm going to season my crab legs. So I'm going to put them in the oven. Excuse my mess over here. I'm just going to turn these shrimp over. I just have them sauteing in butter only after seasoning them. I ran out of garlic. I really like to add garlic to my shrimp, but I am out. So we'll just see how this works with what I got. And then I'm gonna season my crab legs now. So I'm gonna go ahead and season these. I break my legs so that the seasoning can get inside of the legs. So I'm gonna put my baked potatoes in the oven in a minute. I'm gonna have to find something else to put my bread in. And then I may go ahead and put this broccoli in the oven just to melt the cheese. And I'm gonna turn the oven off. I have the oven preheating, guys, for my food, and someone turned it off, so I'll have to turn it back on and let it preheat again. I believe in preheating my oven. I'm going to add butter, softened butter. I soften my butter, and I go ahead and put it all over my crab, and then I add the seasoning to it. So that is what I'm going to do now. Anywho, guys, I hope you understood why I was bringing the young lady up. I was just wondering, like, I have a friend of a friend who became homeless after relocating to another state, and she's an older lady, and she was homeless for about a year, living out of her car, and she just had one setback after another, and I think sometimes we can be so judgmental of people without having the full facts. She had a plan in place. This lady is an older lady, and she had sold a lot of her furniture. She had a nice apartment where she was at first, and a very nice apartment, and she sold everything, and so she got money from the sale of selling everything. Not to mention she had saved for this move. She had a job lined up in the other place where she moved to, and what happened was things fell through with that job. Things did not work out, and it was a transfer. It was a transfer to the same company in a different location, but it's like they did things differently than how they did things here. And she wanted to go and be near the beach. She relocated to Florida. She wanted to be near the beach, closer to her mom and things like that. And her mom did not live in the same state. Her mom lived in Atlanta, but she just wanted to be able to, drive up and see her mom. And her mom, she couldn't stay with her because her mom has dementia and things like that. So anywho, I'm saying all that to say that sometimes we can be judgmental. She started a GoFundMe, and I gave to her GoFundMe, and a few other people did, but she did not get as much as like DoorDash got for hers for the weight skin removal surgery. This young lady, the other young lady I told you, is asking for money for help to get a new RV, not a brand new RV, but a newer RV. And I'm just like, this is someone who has served our country, was in the military, and she became homeless and living out of her car because things fell through with that job. And it's like, it just became a ripple effect. Like one thing after another started happening after another. And then some people ended up dropping the ball on her, case management wise, at the hospital and stuff, that was supposed to be helping her find placement. And they admitted that it was their mistake. So anyway, I'm just saying that to say, that's the reason why I brought that up. Like, how come some people's GoFundMes work, and they're able to raise a lot, and then other people's don't? So, anywho, I'm gonna do my best to be my best and to put my best forward to, not have to ask for hand-me-outs. I see people that are doing wish lists and things like that. I see this a lot. It seems to be a trend. And people were coming for the young lady about even the wish list. And I'm just like, look, I'm not gonna ask for anything. I'm just gonna tough it out until God opens that door for me. I have been out of work. I got laid off again. I got laid off last year, and it took me a long time to find a job, and then I got laid off again. And it was a very stressful job for me anyway, guys. It was really, really a high production and a very, very stressful environment. And so, I think that peace of mind makes a difference. I don't think any job is worth that much stress. It's just not worth the stress. Like, it was like, literally I started like just being so stressed out before I would log on every day. Like, it was just that it started to get pretty bad, and it hasn't been like that for me before. So, but I've been looking for something ever since, and I haven't been successful with finding anything. I've been ghosted. I did have an interview on this past Friday, but it was with a temp service. looking for, something, I'm looking for not temporary work. I want something that's gonna be contract to perm, but I am looking for like hybrid and work from home.
Don't get to mention
So-
yeah.
And so, yeah, I am just trying to make it as best I can. It's been tough. It's been a tough year and longer. It's been pretty tough. And I just believe that as women, that we just kind of need to have our own money, our own bank accounts, our own car. I've been in some tough situations where I just want to, I have a big heart for youth, disadvantaged youth, and for parents and things like that, and for women and young girls and things like that. And I just think that you need your own, you need to realize your worth. And I know I'm talking about a multitude of different things, but this is just what's on my heart and what's on my mind. And I just think that we need to make sure that we have everything we need in case, anything happens, any type of emergency. It was hard to see my friend's friend go through those things, and she had a plan in place, and for her to go through all of that, and it literally took like a year and longer, a little bit over a year, for her to finally, for the case managers and stuff to finally find her a place that she really felt comfortable and safe and approved of. I'm talking about, like some places would try to put you just anywhere, so it's some places that she didn't feel comfortable safety wise. So they had to keep looking for her. I'm gonna go ahead and put this Morton's, the same seasonings that I used on the shrimp, the magic seafood. I'm out, almost out. It's right at the end. And then the Morton's nature seasoning. I've already put butter on this. I add a little bit of saltiness and sweetness to my seafood, guys, especially the crab. I don't do it with the shrimp. So I will add a little bit of sugar. I do it all the time. A little bit of lemon juice for the acidity. Thought I had to sneeze. Sorry, guys. Thought I had put some of this on here already, but I don't know. Can't remember. I think I did. So this is the seafood magic that I'm adding, which is gone. Most of it is gone. And then I'll add some parsley. Some people wait to the end, but I like to kind of cook the parsley in mine. So, and like I was telling you guys, I always bake my crab legs. Even I put a little bit of Italian seasoning on this as well. You guys see me okay? Yeah, I'll put a little bit of Italian seasoning on here. I'm gonna do some lemon juice on here. Let me see if you can see this. There you go. Excuse my. Let me try to move this over so you can see better. Hopefully you can see it okay. So I'm going to excuse all of the stuff that you see here. Doing the best I can, guys. Just starting out as I elevate and become monetized. I'm praying and believing God that I'll be monetized this year in 2025. I just believe this is my season. And I will be able to get the camera that I need and the other equipment that I need for vlogging. But right now I'm using my phone. So bear with me. I've seen some people really blow up on YouTube. There was one lady who said that she, in 6 months' time, she had got like a lot of subscribers. And so, again, sometimes like I've talked to you guys about, like, sometimes I'll be wondering why that hasn't happened for me. And sometimes that, I get a little bit discouraged. But I have to keep going. I have to just keep going. I have to keep going because I know that I'm under God's character development. I believe He's doing some things in me. And I first of all want to say that I'm not perfect, guys. I have done some things that I'm not proud of, said some things I'm not proud of. I am far from perfect. I have experienced a lot of trauma in my life. I've experienced some abuse in my life. I was abandoned by both my mom and my dad at birth. I was left in the care of my great aunt, who is my mom. That's my mom. That's my mama. And she passed away in 2021. I'm not saying all that to gain sympathy. I'm just giving you a backdrop that, sometimes when you, again, for me, and that's why I want to help youth, why I want to help parents and young women, because I just, when you have trauma that has not been healed, it will carry over to your marriage. It will carry over to your boyfriend-girlfriend relationships. It'll carry over to your friendships. It'll carry over to your work relationships, your school relationships. It'll carry over to every relationship if you don't get help for it. And so I just encourage anybody out there to, just please just don't just put a Band-Aid on a wound. Get the help that you need. Get the help that you need. It's important that we don't feel like therapy, is wrong for us, or that it's not a good fit for us, It's important to get the help that you need. And I believe in counseling. I believe in therapy. And I always search for a Christian counselor, and I always search for a person that's my own race, because I believe that in different cultures and different races, there are some similarities. There are some similarities in the way we do things and the way we view things. But I just believe that, choosing your own race preference, or someone within the same race as you, can really more relate to things that we face, as a whole, or whatever. So that's just my spiel on it. I know I'm covering a lot today, guys. This is for any of you guys who are new to my channel. I thank you for my new subscribers. I gained some subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. It means so much to me. I can't wait for you to see me grow, both spiritually, personally, business-wise. I can't wait for you to see my business come to fruition and come to light. I can't wait for you to be on this journey of losing weight with me, healing. I can't wait for you to just see my growth in every area, professionally, personally, spiritually. I just can't wait to share so much more with you. So I hope that you guys will hang in there with me. Keep rocking with me. I know that I say some of the same things, but there have been several setbacks that have happened, and that I would have already had my designer for my business. I would have already had so much in place if I didn't experience these financial setbacks that I've experienced. And if this job market wasn't like it is, I would already be back on my feet. It's been a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a struggle. And I'm just ready to thrive. You understand? I'm just ready to, I'm so ready for a brand new me, guys. I'm so ready to step into the new me that God has called me to be. I'm so ready for joy to abound and peace to abound. And I'm so ready to see what God is going to do in me that would be able to help others. I can't wait to have the youth workshops and the parent workshops. It is one of my biggest desires to have those type of things. So I can't wait to, be able to afford to bring speakers in to speak to the youth and different things like that. So anyway, I'm going to put this, the shrimp is still cooking, and the shrimp is almost done. I'm going to put this broccoli in the oven to melt the cheese. Why is the oven not working still? Why is it not on? I literally just put this oven on. Literally just turned it up. Okay, let's see how this goes. So again, so the oven went back out for some reason. My broccoli tastes pretty good. I can't put this in yet until the oven preheats. For some reason, odd reason, it went back off. I have my Italian seasoning. I want to put a little bit of lemon juice on here. I put my Italian seasoning, my parsley on this, guys, and I know I have seafood a lot. Like I said, this is somebody else's request. So I'm just praying that, you know, you guys gonna be coming for me in the comments, because I know that I fix a lot of seafood. On top of that, guys, it is one of my favorites. And anytime I catch crab legs on sale or shrimp on sale, you know, I will freeze it and I will have it. I'm also, my doctor wants me to try the Mediterranean diet, so I can have seafood on that. All right, so I just put lemon juice on here, a little bit of sugar, and plus the other seasonings that I showed you. And when this oven heats up again, I will be able to show you those things. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these. I poked holes in my baked potatoes. They're small, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in, because it only takes the seafood the crab probably about 15 minutes, 16 minutes to get done. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in. Let's see. I pray to have the kind of support that I see that young lady has. Like, even though some people are saying that they feel like she's asking for handouts and that she needs to get a job, she has so many other people that are so happy and that just give her such positive comments. I'm like, I just hope to have that someday, to have that kind of positivity and that kind of support. I also watch Dante London. I've been watching him since he was at like 20K, and now he's at, I think Dante is almost at, either he's at 60 or 70K now. Like, I've been watching him a while, and how he's pushed through. There were times that he felt like giving up on YouTube. There are times that he said he was quitting YouTube. There are times that he's cut the comments off. I done seen him go through all kind of changes, all kinds of jobs, where he would lose jobs and get another job, then lose that job. So the same support that he has, I pray to have someday, guys. I have a lot of dreams and goals. I just did a new vision board that I would like for you guys to see. I'm a big, I believe in setting goals. I love the beginning of a new year where you can just start all over and reset. Like, what can I accomplish in this year, in 2025, that I didn't accomplish last year? And I know I've touched on this before, but so far it's so good. Like I said, I've got the mentors that I'm meeting with like once a month. I've talked to, I've talked to wholesalers and gotten some pricing. It's just the more wholesalers that I need to compare prices with. I do need to talk to, a few designers. I'm not a US designer. So when I go to Fiverr, I see a lot of foreign designers, and I really would like to have a good US designer to do my designs that I'm looking for my brand. So yeah. So anywho, guys, I'm just watching this shrimp because it should be ready. And I'm just waiting on the oven to get back hot because I don't know what happened. It's getting hot now, but I'm gonna let it heat up a little bit more before I put anything else in there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need. Just trying to make sure I have enough seasoning on everything, and don't want anything to be too salty, but still want to have enough seasoning for everything. I'm gonna put this in foil. I usually put foil over my seafood because I want those juices to be sealed in, and I don't want it to be dried out. So I am gonna do that. And then I got to put my bread in after the crab cooks. I'm gonna put my bread in a little bit. I had a taste for an orange earlier, so I had that out, but then I didn't end up eating it. So anywho, guys, I'm excited. Let me see if I can find this foil right quick in just a second. Hopefully my foil isn't all gone. I put it in some matches. Hopefully my foil isn't all gone because I do like to cover. Let me finish sweeping this up. Hold on, guys. And then I'll try to find the foil. Hold on. Here it is. I would have never found it because I normally don't put it there. So when you're not used to something being somewhere, I'm gonna go ahead and put some foil on this. So I do it all the time to fill my juices in. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the seafood in the oven because it's getting hot now. Thank you for your patience with me, guys. I'm gonna have communion today because it's the first Sunday in May. So I'm gonna have communion. And I would like to share a scripture with you. As you know, my channel is called Faith, Flavor, and Home, and that's what my channel is all about. And so you'll see, my faith journey. I am trying to grow in Christ. I'm not perfect, like I said. I've made some mistakes, done some things I'm not proud of, but God is working on me. And I've heard people say things about people that have made mistakes, that have done things. Listen, no matter what you've done, no matter what you have done, if you turn from it, the thing is, the word of God says, if we turn from it, we can't continue to do it. Then we confess our sin. He is faithful and just. He will forgive us, if we confess it to him. But also there has to be a turning away. And, that doesn't come easily, So it takes really submitting yourself unto God, submitting yourself unto Christ, and, seeking the Holy Spirit and really submitting yourself unto him as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, guys. Go ahead and get the broccoli in. These shrimp are done. These shrimp are done. I can take them off. Let me show you how they are looking. Let's see. I may try to put a few of these on here. You feeling better? Yeah. Okay, give it more time, okay? It's been 2 hours. I'm on the block. Talia, you have that, or did your papa give you the thing, the heating thing? Yes, it's not working. Okay, you just have to just be strong and give it a chance to work, okay? It's not working. I just wanted to show you what this looked like, guys, outside of the pan. So I'm just gonna put it on here. Your phone is. Okay, I'm vlogging, Talia. You wanna say hi to the vlog? No. Talia's not feeling well, guys, today. So I asked for you guys for prayers for my baby. For those of you who are new here, I'm raising my granddaughter. She's been with me since birth, and she's not feeling too great today. So. Let me see. That look really good, guys. Like I said, shrimp shrinks as you cook it. So that's why I like to buy the jumbo, really. Because I know that it shrinks. And these did shrink some, but they still are a good size. So I'm going to pour a little bit of juice on it. Not much. off. Hold on just a second. I need to find something to put my bread on so it can get ready. So for me, I'm just gonna put it on foil. This is my first time having a stove like this, guys, and so yeah, it's a bit hard to clean, in my opinion. Let's see. So this is what my shrimp is looking like right now. That's what it's looking like, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bread. This is stuffed breadsticks that we're having. I'm gonna go ahead and get these put on foil. I've already popped my crab legs in the oven. My broccoli is in the oven. And then my baked potatoes should be almost ready. And then I'll show you the plated in just a little bit. It needs to go on like another 3 minutes. I'm going to put my bread on the foil now. Just gonna do 3 of them. I'll go ahead and pop this in. I already have the crab in, and I need to take my broccoli out because I just needed to melt my cheese on there. Still need to melt a little bit more. Put the bread in here. I got the crab in there. I'm gonna put this on about 360. No, what did I do? Alright guys, I'm gonna taste one of my shrimp. See if I need anything else, which I doubt it. Here we go. I'm going in. Delicious. I might garnish it with a little bit more. Here we go. Here it is over here. I might garnish it with a little bit more parsley. I might put a little bit more butter sauce on it. Okay, so I just garnished it with a little bit more parsley. Okay. And then sometimes I use Tony's Creole seasoning, but sometimes it can be a little salty. So I try to use very little of it. Again, I use this on my vegetables and everything, guys. This can go on anything. The Morton's Nature seasonings, I absolutely love this. And my magic seafood seasoning. I always use a little bit of Italian seasoning on just about anything that I cook. These are done, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and butter my baked potatoes. We are now waiting on the bread to get done, and we're now waiting on the crab legs, and then I'll be happy to show you the plated. And while we are doing that, I know I'm not the only one who shares the word on YouTube, and sometimes I get a little bit of pushback from people in my household about sharing the word. My channel is about my faith and how God has brought me through so much. I follow a young lady by the name of, what's her name? Her name is Lajaya Monique, and she shows you her prayer closet, and she shows you how she prays. She shows you how her faith walk, and she always says stuff like "Glory be to who, glory be to who," and I just love her channel because her and her husband are day traders, and I think I've talked to you about them before. They're day traders, but they they are so they show how they go to church on Sundays and how they worship. She talks about how she just prays multiple times a day, and she just praises God all through her video. And I just love her channel. It's so positive. She's so positive. I just pray that when I come into money and wealth, that I stay humbled like that because they're very well off. And she's driving a Mercedes, and she has all these nice things, nice home and all that, but she always glorifies God and everything. And she says, like, if I lost everything, guys, if I didn't have any of these things, as long as I have Jesus. And that's how I want to be. Like, I just pray, sometimes people change when they come into wealth. You see it with celebrities. You see it with some of the secular artists, and even maybe with some of the gospel artists, how sometimes people change when they come into wealth. And I pray that don't happen to me. I just want to give God glory, bring as many people to Christ as I can, help youth and parents and anybody else I can, and just create generational wealth for my family. So I want to share with you Matthew chapter 16. Matthew chapter 16, and I'm going to start with chapter 24. And it says, Then Jesus told his disciples, If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? For the Son of Man is I'm going to read, 24 through 28. So I just got done reading chapter 26, and now I'm on 27. For the Son of Man is going to come with his angels in the glory of his Father, and then he will repay each person according to what he has done. Truly, in chapter 28, I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming into his kingdom. So I have been I did a study on, what does it mean when he says, whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. So I did a study of that because I really wanted to know if that was like figuratively or literally. And what I got from those studies was that, just giving up your life for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, not being selfish, not having selfish gain, not wanting to do things selfishly, and just like, being willing to die to yourself and die to your flesh, your wants, your desires, and just actually living for him and just being able to give up things for him. With my business that I'm trying to start, I just submitted unto him. Like, I want to commit this business to you, and I just would like for you to be at the center of everything that I do. And so I'm committing that unto him, and I always ask him to just, that he may be glorified in everything that I do. And, it just means like totally submitting to the Lord and just living for him and, being there for one another. And that's what I take from it. Like this sacrificing, we're supposed to present our bodies as a living sacrifice for him. So that means just living for him in every way and surrendering to his lordship and denying our own, like I said, our wants and desires, and denying those selfish things, in submission to him, and just, we are his hands and feet. And so just, living for him and doing the will of God the Father. So, and that means like sometimes, like for instance, with Talia, like I only had one child, guys. I have one biological child, and so I basically gave up my life to take care of my granddaughter, You know, after I only had one child, like, I could be out here traveling and doing whatever I want. So essentially, I gave up my life to take care of her. So yeah, so that's just one example. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all. And my shrimp looks beautiful. Waiting on the bread. Oh, let me take the broccoli out. The broccoli I just had in there to melt the cheese. I had already cooked it. The cheese is melted now. Could put just a little bit more on here. Again, I just want to thank you guys that have recently subscribed to my channel. I've also subscribed to some people's channels. I watch a lot of vlogs, and so I just like to support people. So let me put my butter on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to crack up with another thing of butter because I've used all the rest. Let me add this butter to my baked potatoes. That's the shrimp there. I'm getting ready to now do the baked potatoes. You can't see it, but that's the shrimp that you see here, looking so pretty. Trying to move it where you can see it. You still can't see it. Okay. Let me know, guys, if you've seen Accountant and what you think of it. And also, if you could just let me know what you would like to see me do on this channel. If there's anything that you want me to cover, anything that you want me to talk about. Initially with my channel, I had another name for my channel, and it was called You Already Won. And I wanted to conduct interviews and things like that. But, you know, I decided to rename my channel and kind of rebrand myself. I see some people that have like 2, 3, some people have 4 different channels. I don't know how they managing all of that. I really don't. But I see the need for multiple streams of income though. I do see that. So I put the butter on here. I'm going to salt these baked potatoes. Let me show you. So I put the butter on the baked potatoes. As you can see, I'm going to season it with a little bit of the nature seasoning. And then I'm going to add, I have the wrong end open. Not good. I have the bigger end open, so of course it poured too much on there. Wasn't trying to do that. I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese. And pop it back in the oven. It's not going to take that long for the crab to get done. I try not to leave it in there too long because you put that crab in there and you leave it in there too long, it will be dry on the inside. I'd rather have juicy than dry. I gotta come up with a cool, catchy saying that I can put on a t-shirt. Like LaJaya Monique, the one I was telling you about, that, you know, glorifies God on her channel and everything that she does. She has, her saying is glory be to who? So somebody else is already, her friend has put that on the t-shirt. So, and I want you guys to know, like, other people give shout outs to other people on their channel too. I don't know why somebody is in my ear trying to make it seem like people don't do this. I be on watching other people's vlogs and they give shout outs to other people's vlog and channels. So I'm just simply giving shout outs and talking about people that I like. You may have already heard of them. You might already be watching their vlogs. But I'm just simply doing something that other people do. So I'm going to put this back in the oven. I've added my cheese. I'm going to add sour cream to the baked potato. Mom, that's hot. Hold on, guys. I grabbed that without fully thinking about what I was doing, but it's okay. It's all good. Here is my broccoli now. Here's the broccoli and cheese. I'm going to plate this so you can see it. So, you ready to eat? Lily, you want to eat? You want to eat? Or are you not feeling good enough to eat? Huh? No, you can't eat it in there. You know you can. You know you can't eat in there. I am on video, okay? You're not eating in the room, so if you don't want to eat, then maybe you have a stomach enough to eat it tomorrow. Alright. No, I'll just use this. So I'm going to put the broccoli on here. More like a roasted broccoli again, guys. I'm getting ready to show you this plated food in just a minute. It's almost ready. I haven't learned how to edit yet, guys. I just want to be kind of just real and raw. But I will be learning how to edit. And hopefully, once I get more income coming in and things like that, I may be having somebody else to edit my videos. I know I may have to start out editing them myself at first, but it just depends. Because again, I'm trying to start 2 businesses. And so this depends on how busy I get with that. And if I have time to edit my own videos. I do know somebody who is offering those services. So just depends. But I just hope that you stay with me until I get those things in place, such as my camera, learning how to edit. Right now, these are just raw and uncut videos. So if you hear something in the background, if you hear me saying something that you might not understand, forgive me. I just want to be able to be myself, and I hope you would just accept me for me. I can't remember what time I put these in. I'm going to pause for just a second right here, and I'll be back with the plated in just a little bit. Okay, guys, here is the plated food. Here's the crab legs. This is stuffed right here. Here is the baked potato, and there's the broccoli up underneath there, roasted broccoli with cheese. Here's one more plate for you to be able to see. The shrimp, the crab legs that I put in the oven, the stuffed bread, cheese bread, stuffed cheesy bread, the broccoli, and the baked potato. I hope that you can see that well. I hope that you have enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me until the end. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Until the next video, guys.